long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Okay, so the proxy vote is done, and preliminary results say that Peltz and Rasulo won about 31% of the vote. Now, before you start doing a tap dance, if you're some left-wing douchebag who actually thinks Bob Iger is a woke son of a bitch like you are, he's a son of a bitch. He's not woke. Your ideals and your activism simply was a tool for him to get attention from the woke asswipes in Hollywood to get their money for his now defunct presidential campaign. So go get fucked right now. Okay, I'm done. Let's look at the votes that were previous to this. Proxy vote for the board a few years back. The board seats that Iger wanted got 99% of the vote as opposed to 1% of the vote. The next time there were votes, the board was up, it was 8% of the vote. So if you're looking at this thinking 31% is somehow terrible, and this is just the unofficial preliminary account, you don't know what you're talking about. This is not good. Already, we've heard from studio heads in Hollywood who have said, I'm going to read this to you, that Iger is wounded by this. It makes him look egotistical and indecisive, and that wounds Disney, a rival studio executive says. All the people who were passed over, the Chapek catastrophe, the contract extension last year, he needs to allow the board to do its job now. The C-suite are added. Another industry insider put it more bluntly. Someone needs to tell Bob no one's irreplaceable. Now, again, if you're looking at 31% as making Bob Iger look invincible, go look and read the Deadline articles and even Variety articles that came out yesterday and this morning before the votes were tallied. They are devastating, period. It is today, instead of actually answering shareholder questions on the phone from the shareholders themselves, an AI voice asked softball questions of Iger. Okay, no, I did not listen to the play-by-play when it was happening because I was grocery shopping. Let me explain what this means. Iger looks terrified. He looks like shit. And if you honestly think he's somehow still invincible, you aren't reading the tea leaves, okay? You're not thinking clearly. 31% when you looked at the other percentages that Iger's slate of board members won by, 31% is devastating, okay? All right. And if you think Nelson Peltz is done yet, he's not. All right, there's a hell of a lot going on with what's happening that we don't know about. Okay, Iger is afraid to face the investors. Okay, he is not the big kahuna that he was last year. Okay, and honestly, when you look at what the Deadline article said that I quoted you guys, honestly, I don't know if Iger was a big kahuna last year. He was the one that helped get the SAG-AFTRA strike done and over with. But Still, if industry leaders are saying that about Iger anonymously, what's really going on here? Disney is in a hole of suck because of his lack of leadership, of his lack of allowing the board to find a new CEO, of his lack to be of being transparent with Kathleen Kennedy, with Kevin Feige. All right, they have not had a successful movie in a long time. Okay, that is devastating. People in Hollywood notice that. Okay, people in Hollywood notice that. People with a lot of money notice that. All right, and the fact of the matter is that it's now obvious through this vote, again, 31% seems insignificant, but when you look at where it was before, it should take your breath away. Okay, let's talk about this more.
There's always a bigger fish.
The Senate is full of greedy, squabbling delegates.
There is no interest in the common good.
We are in complete control of the planet now.
Good. I will see to it that in the Senate things stay as they are.
And where does this leave Disney? Well, I don't know what their shares are. Let's go look. Okay, because it's an interesting thing. It was up. They lost 2.89. Or now they're at 120. They've lost ground today because of this. Again, that's billions of dollars right there in value. Okay, and remember, the stock price of $119.93 is an inflated price. Okay, because Disney bought 3 billion shares. All right, and to inflate the shares so it would look better. This is not good for Disney. This is not good for anybody. All right. And what I'm saying right now is you watch what's going on and you ask questions because basically this vote makes Iger look like, in a quasi way, Chancellor Valorum. Okay, he doesn't look good now. Okay, and it's a wait and see. How long will he last? Will he even last out his term? These are questions that need to be asked because he serves at the pleasure of the shareholders and the board. And if those people are mad, he's out. Okay. And I think the shareholders have been asking for transparency. What favors did he promise George Lucas, the Disney heirs, like that bitch, spoiled brat Abigail, and the rest of these people, Michael Eisner? What did he promise them? Can he deliver? Okay, these are the questions that need to be asked because, let's put it this way, if George Lucas had pledged his shares to Peltz, it would look different, okay? This has not been a good day for him, no matter what. And I mean Bob Iger. And to be honest, I think Nelson Peltz probably saw this as an uphill battle, because it was, okay? When you've got Vanguard throwing all of their might behind Iger, And I'm sure he promised Tim Buckley his own gonads to get those votes. All right, I'm sure he did. This just makes Iger look like a weak puddle of, he looks like the Easter Bunny, okay? He doesn't look like the 800-pound gorilla that he was anymore. He is a human being now. He's not invincible. And that's what you're not going to hear from the black pills. Because they won't really look at this to understand what's going on, okay? They won't see, gee, the last time the board has voted on his slate of candidates won by 99% and 92%, and 31% just doesn't look good. It doesn't look good to people who don't know what they're looking at, but it really doesn't look good to people who do know what they're looking at, and not in Iger's favor. Okay, it is a fluid situation right now at Disney, and Iger is but a leaf in the sea that is very turbulent right now, okay? So if I were you guys, don't let the black pills ruin your attitude about this, okay? This was just the first shot. If you think Nelson Peltz is done, he's not, okay? And it's going to get uglier, okay? And really, a hostile takeover is not out of the question. I'm not saying there will be one, but, I wouldn't be surprised. This is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.